and on behalf of the Mindalia.com team, welcome. Today, Ricardo Izquierdo is joining us to tell us about Unlock Your Potential with Numerology. Ricardo is a high-performance holistic coach, expert on emotional decode and numerology. So now let's not delay this any further and let's say welcome to Ricardo Izquierdo. Hello, Ricardo. How are you? Thank you very much for being here with us.
Hello, Dalai. I'm very pleased to be here with you and with all the people around in Mindalia. I'm very happy.
It's our pleasure to have you here, Ricardo. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with us. And of course, I don't want to waste your time, so whenever you want, you can start with this conference, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you. Hello again, everybody. Hello, and thank you to be here and to share this video, this moment with me. The conference is about numerology. Unlock your potential with numerology. I'm sure most of the people are familiarized with the numerology. Most of the people know that the numbers that are on our birth date talk about us, not only with the birthday, but also with the name. In this case, I want to go a bit further in the numerology area. The people are used to talk about numerology in base 9, which goes from number 1 to number 9. But in this case, we will talk about numerology in base 22. First of all, let's summarize about the numbers. Are really the numbers talking about ourselves? Have the number a code or an information related to us? Can I find my powers, found my weakness? Can I find important information on the numbers? Of course. More or less is the same situation with astrology, and the common point in both areas is nothing is casual. It's not casual the day that you're born. It's not casual the name that you have. The planets around that particular moment when you're born say something about you, and you of course know all this stuff. But maybe you are a bit maybe you don't believe that much on the numbers, but I'm sure that at the end of the video of today, you will know more about the numbers and you will see how deep is the information, how deep is the knowledge that the numbers can give to you. The numbers talks about a story who talks also about the human being, starting from the number 1 and finishing on the number 22. All this scenario talks about the born, the emotions, the experience into the life, the construction of our life, the important beliefs in our life, in our scenario, in the life, in the family, with the friends, with your couple, in your business. And every number tells a piece of this story. All that numbers comes from our birthday, and depending on the line you take to analyze that birth of date, you will find some very, very useful information. When we talk about numbers, we talk about passion, we talk about goals in our life, we talk about a lot of things. And when you create your chart of numerology, it's like to create a map of your life. I always say, if you don't know where you go, you will arrive to anywhere else. And this is a problem on our society. The people comes to to my place and say, hey, Ricardo, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. People who are lost. And when I analyze their birth date and I get the chart of their birth date, the numerology map, it's like, okay, now I understand what are my goals, what are my strong points, what are my weakness, and what can I do to solve my issues? What can I do to arrive to my goals or to go to my where my passion is? And this is something quite important in the moment that we are, that people is focused on work, have children and make a family. But what is the sense? What is the reason why behind of your work? What is the reason why behind of your family? What do you want to do in the life? What do you want to give to others? People don't have time to think about it, and people don't have tools to find out this, because when you are worrying about one thing and you want to find a solution, it's very difficult to find it by ourselves. You go to a therapy, you go to that. There's a lot of kind of therapies. You go to psychology, you go to a tarot reader, you go to a numerology, and then you will find a way. But most of the time the people sail in the life without knowing where to go. The numerology map and the link with your willing in the life and your road in your life, it's more or less like this. Is okay, I want to go to explore the life. I want to be successful in my area. It's the same like if you buy a ship, you buy some tools to find a treasure in a desert island. Okay, and you go to sail with your ship, and where I go, where should I go? Where's the treasure? Maybe you are lucky and you find people in your road, people who can tell you, okay, there's a treasure hidden in this island or in another one. But you don't know if in the road to that island, maybe there are dangerous monsters or dangerous things. You don't know nothing. You need a map. You need a map. And numerology gives you this map and make wide easier the moment to ship, the moment to sail to your objectives and your goals and your mission. And of course, that brings you happiness and that makes you feel better. And the most important thing, you understand why you are here. You understand what you can give to others and what can expect from the life. Sometimes when you take the numerology map from a famous person, you can understand precisely why this person is famous, why this person is successful, even what these people did to be successful, to be a famous person. And it's very, very interesting. And of course, we will do it on this video. We will analyze some numerology maps from famous people. So at that point, okay, Ricardo, I've heard a lot about numerology in base 9, Pythagorean numerology, but what about numerology in base 22? Okay, it's true that all the numbers comes from the basic series of 1 till 9. There's no more numbers. The rest of the number is a mix between those primary numbers. 0 is not a number. 0 is a concept. And okay, what happened then with numerology 22? Numerology 22 comes from France. It started with a very famous tarot reader called Chris Adar, and he creates a new way to explore the people, the information hidden for the people through the birth date. Why 22 numbers? 22 are the master arcans of the tarot card, of the tarot, the tarot card. And these 22 master numbers talks about another story. As I tell you at the beginning of the video, they talk about a road that everybody will walk in the life. It's even multiple times if you have a very busy life. So all this story talk about different areas, different moments, different struggles, different happiness, different moments of happiness. And each card talks about an archetype. This archetype have a lot of information. What this archetype means, what these archetypes wants to teach you, and what happens if you can't balance in a proper way this archetype. So numerology in base 22 uses these 22 archetypes, and through the birth date expand to 19 areas of your life. Areas like who are you, which energy have the people inside them, what energy gives the parents to the people, what is your heart, which energy have the people in its heart, what is the best energy to move in your work, how do you move in your family or in your couple or with your friends, which energy have to protect, and which energy gives you a balance, and more and more and more things. Numerology in base 22 is divided into areas, the masks and the mirror. And the mirror, you will find your based energy. It's like to say, in the mirror, you will find yourself. You will find who you really are. And in the mask, you will find how do you behave when the things are wrong, when the environment is not a good environment and you're through a bad situation, or you are on a bad moment, then you go to the mask. And the mask will teach you how to move back to the mirror. And all this information, it's on your birth date. And you will find all this information on your birth date. Okay, Ricardo, base 22 talks about the tarot card, the archetypes, but what more? Okay, one of the things I like the most on numerology on base 22 is that it's very, very precise. It's very practical. As I said before, it's like a map. On numerology base 9 or on other kinds of numerology, sometimes we get lost on concepts, on spirituality. And I mean, I love spirituality, but sometimes it's difficult to understand what this number wants to tell me. What is the learning behind of this number? What I have to do with this number? And in numerology 22, it's quite easy to understand the number and the area who affect the number. And then I can understand easily, okay. And now I know why I have in this situation, why I have this feeling during all my life. Now I understand what I have to do, or what is my profession or my best profession to do. It's so easy to understand. And that's what I like the most. And I really love numerology in base 22 because it's so easy to understand and so practical and it's so straight at the moment to take action into this. Of course, I love all the rest of numerologies. I'm very, very, very addicted to numbers, but numerology on base 22 is the one I like the most. And of course, I combine it with other kind of numerologies. I love to go deep into the archetypes, and I fell in love at the first sight when I started to study numerology on base 22. Okay, so what I want to do now is to make some examples, tiny examples, and I bring 3 examples. Let's see if I have enough time to tell about the 3 examples. The first one is the numerology card from Michael Jordan, the famous basketball player Michael Jordan. Okay, when I see the card of the numbers of Michael Jordan, the first thing I see are 2 numbers. The first number is the 15. 15 is the number related to the body. The number 15 talks about a lot of energy from the body. People with 15, at least with 115, needs to do sports, needs to move out the energy through the body. Otherwise, they can have a lot of troubles and to get mad because they need to express, to relay their stress and their worries about through the sports. But not only this, of course, comes to my mind, because otherwise everybody with a 15 will be famous playing basketball. He have a very special number, a master number, which is the 40. There are 4 special numbers, 4 master numbers: 26, 30, 33, and 40. 40 talks about working for a massive amount of people. For instance, here in Spain, we have a director of a very, very famous hospital called La Paz. It's a woman, and this woman have a 26 and a 40. 40 is related to a massive people, and 26 is related to the health for the others. So it's like natural that a woman with a 26 and a 40 should be on a director area, because works for a lot of people. It's like to work for a massive amount of people. So the 40 on Michael Jordan is on the job area, and the 15 is like on the oasis. There's an area on numerology 22 which is like an oasis. It's a place where this person goes to relax. Okay, I want to relax. I want to find a moment of peace, and then I go to this number, and this number is the 15. So when Michael Jordan wants to when he was a child, okay, what I love the most, okay, I love the sports. Why? Because I feel relaxed when I do sports. Okay, let's work on a sport. What can I do? Okay, let's play basketball. No matter which sport Michael Jordan would take, even he moved to golf, and he wasn't that successful as basketball, but still he was designed to work for million people. Maybe he would create a sport method and do the same thing, but his energy talks about this sports and works for a lot of people. And of course, there's like a lot of numbers. We have a 22, which is a very, very, very creative number. And we can find also the 11. The 11 is a very, very particular number. And if you see this chart, you can understand easily why Michael Jordan was a very famous basketball player, because it was on his birthday. It was on his numerology chart. And it's very, very interesting to analyze this through the eyes of the numerology. The second I bring here is Donald Trump, the ex-president. He have another 40, but he have it on the deepest personality, on the area of his deepest personality. And of course, we can find another numbers like the 10 or the 14, the 26. Yeah, man, Donald Trump had a 26. I don't want to go through politics, but he was a president of the United States. So he was willing to help others on a massive way. why not to be president of a country? Maybe he also would be a doctor too. Why not? He have numbers to help others, but the way that you help others, it depends on you. It depends on you. 40, it works for a massive people, but also help other on their goals. And the last one is the letter, the chart, the numerology chart from our guest Dalai, which is very, very, very interesting. And I want to ask her because the first thing that comes to my mind when I see her numerology is that she is a very, very sensible and sensitive girl. She have 3-2, number 2, which means a lot of feelings, a lot of sensibility. And this is like the most thing, the very first thing it comes to my mind when I see her chart. Also, she loves to help others, and she have a lot of creativity through this number 22. She worked hard, no doubt about it, and she have the ability to be a good leader. She have a vision, and she wants to go to that point, and she arrives to that point no matter the troubles on the road. Can you tell me about if I'm right, if I'm wrong, Dalai?
Ricardo, thank you very much for this card you did with my numbers. I have to tell you, I think you are totally right. I'm a very, very sensitive person, as you said. I try to help others, always from my point of view and as I can, of course, but I try to. And my boyfriend says I'm a good leader. I don't know if this is right or wrong, but he says I have the soul of a leader. So I think you were right. Thank you very much for having me, for doing this, for this card numerology.
A pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Ricardo, all this information was very, very interesting. Thank you very much for sharing this with us. Of course, I think you wanted to say something more, and when you are finished, we are going with the questions of the people watching us.
Well, I can stay talking about numbers till tomorrow. I will use your card because we've talked about leadership, and your boyfriend says that you are a good leader, and I want to tell you this number is the 10, and it's on the deep of your soul, this number. So of course you are a good leader, and we can talk about another numbers like the 12, which is the number I'm based to say you are good helping others, and the 12 loves to help others. For instance, if the people watching this video have born on a day 12, sure they will feel that they love to help others, even on a massive way, even at the point to lose the focus on ourselves, on themselves. And this is the critical point of the 12. The 12 helps others even losing their own their own care. But the good thing on the 12 is when it's balanced, it becomes the number 3, because 2 plus 1 is 3, and the 3 is a very, very, very curious number. The 3 loves to learn, no matter the area, loves to learn a lot of things, no matter if it's about numerology, or if you want to learn about cooking, or they love to learn. The 3 represents the spring, and the spring is like, okay, I'm moving from winter. Now the winter is like to stay at home, to don't move, outside is cold. But the spring is, okay, I want to go outside and discover things and learn. It's like when a child have 10, 12 years and they discover like a lot of things. They want to go with their friends. They want to discover this and that. That is the meaning of the 3. And of course, a lot of more things, but I know that we have limited time.
Ricardo, if you allow me to do it, I want to ask you, before starting with the questions of the people watching us, I wanted to ask you, how did you start working on numerology? Because a few minutes before we started this live, you could tell me you have been working for a long time, for a lot of years, doing video games. So that's a very different work. How did you start doing that?
Well, my life, it's very funny, to be honest. I mean, it's my life. I really hope that everybody could say the same. I'm sure they did, but I've always worked in all the areas that I love. My first job was as DJ. I was working 4 years as a DJ. And my passion when I was a child was the video games. And my next step was to work on video games. And I was working as video game tester during 14 years. And I've always loved the, how can I say, esoteric subjects, also esoteric matters, the witches, the numbers, the tarot cards, and all that stuff. I really love it all my life, but I never knew how to start on it. I never had a master to teach me or nothing related to that. And when I was 30, my mother died, and it was like a point to start. This transformation moves me through the therapy, the feelings. I've studied biodecodification, which is a science who make a connection between the feelings and the illness. And step by step, I was moving into the numbers, the tarot, and a lot of areas, the rituals, even the power of the rituals. And now I'm here.
So thanks to your mother, that point of start, you are here today. And that's very beautiful.
Exactly.
Well, Ricardo, now, if you agree, we are starting to incorporate to our conversation some questions from the people watching us. Let's start, for example, with Caroline from the United States. She says, although the topic of numerology seems very interesting to me, I find it difficult to believe in things that do not have a scientific basis. How do you prove that numerology is real?
Okay, hello, Caroline. Pleased to meet you. I understand perfect Caroline from her point of view. The thing is, there are a lot of things, unfortunately, that the science can't prove because the scientific method can't reach that point. No, this is not something that you can measure. This is something that you can't make a protocol who never fails, because one of the things that do the scientific method is to apply one law to everybody. And when we are talking about human people, there are a lot of things that can't be applied to everybody because each one of us are different. And even if we born the same day, it depends on the family you grow on, or the country you are, or a lot of things that makes a lot of difference between one people and another one. So how can I prove? I would really love to do her numerology chart and prove to her that the numbers are talking about her. And sure, I'm pretty sure, because I've done thousands of numerology charts, and the people gets like, wow, but how can you know that? And it's like, man, it's not my technique. I've learned to do this, and the numbers talk about yourself, and it's like magic, but it's not magic. It is like it is. It's like as I said before, astrology. How the planets can have an impact on ourselves, but they have, man. It's like mind-blowing, but it happens. I can explain, I mean, it's like to do another program. I can explain how the tarot card works, and the way I can explain the numbers works is that the most easy sentence is like, nothing is casual. Everything have a reason why behind, even if we don't know that reason. The thing that we call chaos or azar or lucky, there's no lucky, there's no chaos. There's a meaning behind of each thing, but we don't know. The science can go at that point, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
Let's continue, Ricardo, with Carla Fernandez. She's writing in YouTube and from Spain. If you agree, I'm reading it first in Spanish, and after that I'm translating it to English. So,
Of course.
Tengo hermanos gemelos y aunque ellos nacieron en la misma fecha, son personas totalmente diferentes. ¿Cómo explica esto la numerología? I have twin brothers, and although they were born on the same date, they are completely different people. How does numerology explain that?
Well, this is better explained on biology than on rather than numerology. But when the twin brothers born on a biologic way, they are very, very, very similar on a lot of areas, but very, very, very different on other areas. So this is like two faces from the same coin. Okay, you have two clones of the same people, but they are completely different at the deep. So it's like, as I said, it's like to have two faces from the same coin. That's why they are so different. They have the same numbers, they have the same face, they have like a lot of things who are very, very similar, but they are a complement between them. It's like, as I said, two faces from the same coin. That's why they are so different between them.
That was a very interesting question, Ricardo. Let's continue with Susan from Germany. She says, numerology can only be applied to human beings? Or could it also be applied to other living beings, such as, for example, our pets?
Of course. The problem, I mean, sure, it's a good area to investigate because human beings are more complex than pets. Pets are always living the present moment. Pets don't need to create a company to work or to find a work. So this is a very interesting area to investigate, to create a numerology specific for animals. Yeah, of course. Let's say one important thing. Numerology can be applied even to a business or a country. Let's think about this. The day you decide to create something, it's like to make a first step on the moon. We create something in the universe. We decide, okay, this is the day that we start. So this energy, the energy of this day, will affect to this project, to the company, and of course, pets, human beings, relations, no matter what, because it's the energy of that day, the moment that you decide as creator of reality. Everybody is creator of their own reality. And this energy, the energy from, okay, this is the very beginning, this is the first date, this date, it's important on this project or on an animal or on a relation or whatever. That's why there's a lot of people asking, which is the best day to start this project, or which is the best day to whatever, because the energy gets into the project. So yes, of course, the numerology can be applied to pets.
We have just received a question from Olga in Argentina. She says, if numerology can be applied to a country, as you said, Could the date of a major event like a war or a terrorist attack give us some hidden information?
Of course, of course. Well, this is a very muddy area to move, but yeah, of course. I go back to the sentence I've said a few moments ago. There's no casual on life. Everything have an information behind. If you are thinking about the 9/11 or another important day in history, of course you will find some very, very interesting information. On that particular scenario, when we're talking about important history moments on a country, I really recommend to zoom the information from astrology side, because you will find more details on that. When we are talking about the born of a country, it's more easy because, as I said before, it's the start of the story. But when we are talking about a particular moment in history, it's better to understand also the astrology to make easier the understanding of the meaning, of the hidden meaning.
Let's go with Silvia Cajas now. She says, "Hello, my name is Silvia and I am from Ecuador. My birthday is the 24th of February in 1986. Can you tell me something about my date birth? Maybe there is a message for me?"
Yeah, sure. The bit is that I don't have the tool I use to create all the numbers, but with the 24 and the 2, we can have some interesting information. 24 is 2 plus 4, which is 6. 6 is the number that gives you your mother, is the information that gives your mother to you. And why the mother or the father gives that information to you? Because they couldn't have it for themselves, or they have a bad situation about this number, and they don't want for you to have the same bad situation. So maybe your mother never have a moment to be a child, because the number 6 is the child, is the energy from the child. This passion that have the children's, they explore, they learn, they have a lot of joy, and have a very they are always doing things to make happy the people around, or just having fun, or just playing with things. Maybe your mother didn't have time to be a child, and that's why you born on the 24. Also, the 6 talks about the doubts. Maybe you have problems taking decisions, because the 6 talks about decisions. The 6 is the archetype of the lovers, and the lovers talks about decisions. Maybe you are thinking, oh, should I do this, or maybe should I do that? But if I do this, then I've lost this opportunity. So what should I do? And the 6 have that problem to take decisions. But this is a very, very lovely number. Sure, you're a very, very happy person with a lot of good energy, and always you're happy when you're with your friends and have fun with them and so on. And the 2 is related to emotions as the light. Sure, you are a very sensitive person. Sure, you love to stay in peace with your couple. The number 2 is the number of the perfect couple when it's well balanced. Because, I mean, it's so logical. The number 1 is the leader, the natural leader, the one who goes alone in the road. And the number 2 is the first number who talks about love and couple. So this is what I can give to you now with these 2 numbers. I hope you find it useful.
Let's go with one question more. Chinia Rojas from Facebook, and from Costa Rica says, "My birthday is the 2nd of July in 1964, and she wants some information as well."
So crazy. You know, it's so crazy. nothing happens. Everything have a reason. The woman before was 24 of February, and this is the 2 of July. July is 7. I thought it was 6. It was like, come on, it's the same numbers, but on the opposite way. Okay, it's 7. It's 7. Okay, no problem. Okay, with the 2 we have experience. We talked the 2 with Dalai. We talked about the 2 with the previous question, but you have it on the day. The day, as I said, is the information that gives you your mother, because she have a bad moment with that number, and wants to relate you of this chart. So maybe your mother have issues with your father. Maybe she doesn't feel loved, or maybe have a problems on the couple before you're born, and that's why you have this emotional number. You have to be master on relations, and master on choosing the right person to be with you on your life as couple. And the number 7, it's so funny, because number 7 talks about control. You love to control everything. It's like, okay, I want to have it everything on his place. Don't touch it, please. Don't touch this. Don't touch that. And everything under control. The 7 talks about control and planning, objectives. I want to go there, and I will go there, even if I don't know how to move there, but I will go there. Is the chariot, chariot is okay in English?
Sorry? Once again?
El carro, chariot.
But in which phrase do you want to say that?
It's in Spanish is el carro.
¿Pero el carro de qué? ¿Un carro de transportar cosas?
Yeah, the horses, for instance.
I don't know. Just keep on going. I'm looking for that.
No problem. This archetype talks about movement. Talks about, okay, I have an idea. It's like to do a travel. The number 7, it's related to do a travel. My travel is to complete these studies. Yes, Dalai?
You were talking about a cart.
For instance, I'm not sure, because I'm managing between French, Spanish, English, and I remember the word, the French tarot. Okay, no problem. But it's like the 7 is like a car. You go on your car and you want to create a company, finish the studies. You have a goal, and you are on a car, but you are not driving. So you want to control what it's you can't control. The 7, it's very focused on control and achieving objectives, but the teaching, the learning for the 7 is relax. You can't control anything. Just sit on your seat and enjoy the travel, enjoy the view. Don't worry, trust in life, and everything will go well. Don't worry that much, because the 7 is all the time thinking, and why this and why that, and how can I do this and how can I do that, and it's exhausting for the 7.
Ricardo, thank you very much for all this interesting information. We've got a comment from Sylvia. She says, thanks a lot for your response. It was incredible. He was right in everything. So I hope you feel very happy about this conference. And I'm telling you about the people that has been with us today, because they join us from countries like the United States, Spain, Germany, the United Kingdom, Mexico, Ecuador, Costa Rica, or Argentina. So thank you very, very much, Ricardo. And of course, I'm giving you a few seconds to say goodbye, or for sharing your final thoughts with us if you want.
Nothing to say. I mean, so happy to be here with you and with all the people on Mindalia. I'm really pleased to help others. I love that comment that she liked all the info that I give to her. And to the first person that didn't believe on that, I really recommend to go to a numerologist to try, just to try, and you will see how impressive is the numerology. Thanks to all.
Thank you, of course, for sharing your time and your knowledge with us, Ricardo. It has been a real pleasure for me being here with you tonight. Well, not tonight, or this afternoon, or this morning, because that depends of the part of the world you are in this moment. So I want you to know that you can enjoy all our content in Mindalia Radio, 24 hours of conscious content, and you can find all of this in our website www.mindaliaradio.com. Before saying goodbye, I also want you to know that Mindalia.com is a non-profit organization, and you can collaborate with us by liking our content, leaving us a positive comment, subscribing to our channel or different platforms, and of course by sharing this video with someone else. Finally, you can also donate through a link you will find in our website www.mindalia.com. By doing so, you help us to keep creating more content like the one you enjoyed with us today. Having said that and feeling really, really grateful, we are ready to say goodbye, but just for now and until a next Mindalia live streaming. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon.